Hello and welcome to another restoration series. This is the GEC BC5243 dating from 1950. It's a 5-valve AC transformer set, 2 wave bands. It came in 2 versions, one with octal valves and one with B7G valves. Hopefully this one's got octal valves in it. It's a Bakelite cabinet. The front is also Bakelite, just painted gold. I have already got one of these up in the loft, quite a nice set. The only thing that lets them down really is they've got quite a small speaker, like a 4-inch speaker or something. If this was a slightly wider set, you could easily, with the output valve that's in these, quite easily power like a 6, 8, 10-inch speaker, not a problem. Let's have a look at it then. I want to find out what that switch on the side does. I've got the service sheet here. It has a frame aerial originally, so let's turn it around and you'll be seeing this the same way that I do. I can see it's got octal valves in it, which is a good thing. Let's just unscrew these screws, and then the back should come out, and the bottom of the cabinet comes out as well. That's also like a bit there, so it fits together like this, and this is the frame aerial, which I would imagine is pretty bloody useless. Right, so there we go. It's not too rusty inside. It's got all its valves, which is good. U50 rectifier, KT61. That's a DH63, I know for sure, metallised. DH63M that also came unmetallised, and then I think an X78 and let's have a look. Might as well get this right. V1's an X78. Sorry, that's a V. That's the X78, not a DH63. The DH63 is in here. Let's see if we can. There's the DH63. And that's not metallised. And then that one will be a KTW61. Really? Holy smoke, that's untight. It's dragging it off the base as well. Let's just pull the valve. Really? Okay. Anyway, I'll take its word for it. Right, so yeah, I don't know if you can see the speaker at the back there, quite small. That KT61 could easily drive a much bigger speaker. Right, this isn't on my other set, and I suspect neither is this pickup socket here. I suspect that that's what the mod is, actually, because this goes, this is yeah, this sleeving goes to this switch, so I suspect it might be something to do with the pickup. Let's have a look. Right, let's zoom in a little bit. Right, so let's get my head around this. There's the volume and on off switch, and this wire comes around here and goes off to one side of the volume control, so I suspect that the switch switches this pickup socket in and out, and obviously the volume for the actual radio goes through here as well. So I suspect that's what that is. Someone's obviously had a record player and played it through this. which is okay. I can put an MP3 player or something through there playing contemporary music. Right, it's got these Plessey capacitors. I've seen these before. Now Plessey went years ago, so these are either, if someone's done this recently, which I don't think they have because it's quite dirty, the cabinet, then you know, that this could have been repaired any time from the 60s through to, you know, modern day really. As these got a date on them, 73/20, so week 27 of 1973, and that one's week, this one's 1971 week something or other, I can't read that. So there's the capacitors I'm talking about, and this one looks like the audio coupling capacitor from V3. This is the output, base of the output tube here. It's got its original smoothers in, and these brown 1, 2, 3, 4, they're original. Now they're quite interesting. I'll see if I can keep forgetting I've got to zoom out when I'm pointing things, sorry. These capacitors here, I hope you're going to focus, are quite interesting. You can't restuff these very well because they're like a brown wax surrounding the paper tube, and then they screen print the values on afterwards. So as soon as you apply any heat to melt the wax to pull the internals out, the writing just melts away as well. Right, so I assume someone's put a modern cable on it. It's worked relatively recently. Hasn't been any changes other than these two capacitors that I can see, and obviously this. Right, let's see if that on-off switch works for a start. So I've got my meter here. I'll set it to 200 ohms, and we'll see if the switch works, because that is always trying to get these switched volume pots or switched pots is a flipping nightmare. Right, so it must say it sounded quite positive when I was, yeah, there we go. That works, not a problem. Sometimes they don't work, but if you apply mains to them they start working again. It just burns off all the tarnish, I guess. So we can get power to the set, so that's a good thing. Now I'm gonna check whether the smoothers take charge, the filter capacitors, smoothers, electrolytics, whatever you want to call them. Let's push the radio back so you can see that. Just see my meter there. So let's put it on 2 meg to start with, and just check what we're getting here. That'll be the reservoir this side, if it's taking charge. Yeah, it's taking. Put it up 2K. So that's not shorted. That's definitely not shorted. There's nothing. Sometimes there's a further electrolytic, but there isn't on this set. So yeah, that's they both take. I wonder if they've got any charge left in them. I can quickly Put that on 20 volts DC and we'll just see if they've got, not a lot, nothing. So still retaining a little bit of charge. Usually of course they slowly discharge over the years. I had a set once that clearly hadn't been switched on for absolutely ages, and it was really dirty, and I did the same thing, just connected up the volt meter across, and one of the capacitors was still holding a little bit of charge, amazingly. I can't remember what that set was, but I just remember being absolutely amazed that after all those years there was still some charge left. Right, so this looks like it could be a relatively easy set to work on. One last test. Gonna just pause the video and work out the connections to the audio output transformer, because if that don't work then that's pretty much the end of the story. Right, here we go. We're going to test the audio output transformer. What I'm going to do is put a signal in on the valve base of the audio output valve. I'm going to put a connection in there and a connection in there, thereby testing the transformer here. So I've got my trusty AF generator there, or RC oscillator. We're gonna connect the signal up there. Now that goes through a capacitor to there. Right, so that's the capacitor there. Hopefully you can hear that. There you go. Have to wait for the meter to settle down. Let's give it full 7 volts. Well, there we go. So happy with that. That means it is pretty much good to start working on. I think this is just gonna pretty much work. I'll see if these will reform, and then I'll probably just switch it on. I've got to say, it's a good idea, and I've probably mentioned this before, just to go around the set and just move things about, because sometimes it might have gone up in the loft because there was a dry solder joint or something. So just carefully spend some time looking over your set, seeing what changes have been made, if anything, and just see if there's any leaks around this capacitor here. It doesn't look to be so at all. And then just check that you haven't got any loose wires hanging down and stuff like that. So, but this one looks as if it's gonna clean up really well. Someone's handily put medium wave and long wave here, so someone might have been trimming this set. That's interesting. That's not original. I guess that's like an original repair person. Long wave, medium wave, just marked there. I don't know if you can pick that out. Just spotted that. So anyway, this fine old set with quite a rusty speaker, I must say. I'd love to hear this set with a big speaker in it. It's a shame this is not a little bit wider, as I was saying. Transformer should clean up absolutely perfectly. I might speaker has got a little bit of a tear in it, I can see, but I should be able to respray it, and yeah, that's it. The cabinet's been out of the case. I can see down here that look, put it back. I can see down there. Let me just grab this and bring it in. I can see that the speaker connections have been soldered again, but yeah, quite a nice little set really. The mains is on 230 and sorry, the mains is on about 230 and I'm about 245 up to 252 here. So yeah, I'll take this outside and yeah, just give it a clean up and see how it goes. Right, thanks for watching.